Yo guys, how you doing? Again, it's your boy Unklepheel. We're gonna do another video. It's a reaction video on skipping Shannon Undisputed. It's about the Super Bowl, but this time we have Lil-Wayne in the studio, man. Why not? Yeah, I'm a huge Lil-Wayne fan. I can't wait to hear what he has going on. He's about to talk about the Super Bowl. This video is gonna be about his reaction, who his pick is gonna be, who thinks is gonna win the Super Bowls, obviously. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let's get right into it. Let's see how it goes, man. Lil-Wayne in the studio, bro. It's crazy, man. Let's go. Hey, my man. Easy. Hey, let's go, man. I love that man, man.
I want to ask you about
right
your
here,
guy,
man.
Aaron Rodgers, because Pro Football Focus ranked Aaron Rodgers' win in Super Bowl 45 as the best performance by a quarterback ever.
I heard about this.
In a Super Bowl. Yeah. Your thoughts?
That's cringe.
I'd have to agree. You know, the reason why I say that though is because it was against Pittsburgh.
Right.
You know, it's like that's like winning against Baltimore when they had Ray Lewis. You know, that's like that. That's like winning against the bad boy. That's how I look at that of my era, of my generation.
Right.
I wasn't able to see the Bears.
Right.
All I was able to hear about, wasn't able to see the Steelers when they was the curtain. You know, so to me, to see my team go in there and him to perform like that against the Steelers, I felt a little good about that.
Wait a minute, Tim Tebow beat Pittsburgh in a playoff game, right?
That's true. That's true.
Just for the record.
Tim Tebow, that's true, man.
The Tim Tebow fan at that time probably felt the same way I felt about that win.
Okay, so the problem I have with this is two things. I got close to Ryan Clark when I worked at ESPN, and he was one of the safeties that day. And the other safety was Troy Polamalu.
Yep.
And Ryan told me that his hamstring was so torn that he should not have played in the game.
Here we go, excuses, man.
And by the way, no offense to Ryan Clark, but he couldn't run either, right? So I think it was a field day for Aaron Rodgers, and Pro Football Focus says it's by far the greatest performance in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, they did.
And it just seemed like every time he dropped back, somebody was wide open. Our man Greg Jennings caught the game breaker,
Yes, he did.
right?
I think he went over 100 that
I
game.
watched that game, though. That was a good
So
game.
I give you
Game.
that. You know, I give you that he threw a party on the
Roger
Steelers. I just
balled
don't think
out.
the Steelers'
Can't even
defense
lie.
was anywhere like it was in
Skip can't
the
even
steel
lie now.
curtain days back in the 70s.
Of course not.
Well, it just wasn't.
That's
So,
why I said
okay, I got
my
it.
generation.
Yeah.
That's why I said I couldn't see that. I saw highlights and clips of those teams, but my generation, I felt good.
Okay.
Troy Polamalu was a dog. Ryan
He
a
was
dog.
when he was healthy. He was a
Now
dog.
stop that.
Well, I'm just telling you the truth. He had a bad hamstring. So the point is, that was 10 years ago, and Aaron hasn't done anything like that, remotely like that, in 10 years.
What was he this year? Or this season? What was he? I know what you're gonna say, the numbers and all that, bro. You know, because it was 10 years ago in the Super Bowl, and that's how he won that Super Bowl. You know how much of a veteran and how much of skill it takes to adjust to a new system.
Yep.
And be successful and productive in that system, and also to be successful and productive in that system.
Yep.
You have to reduce yourself.
Well,
You have to reduce the things you do.
I told you this year, the MVP of the Packers was the other Aaron Jones.
I'm with that.
I got a chance to meet him right before this show because he was on First Things First.
I watched.
What a great young man. Do you know him?
Good guy. No, I watched. Good guy.
He was
Seems like a real great guy.
You know, I love him. I got to get him back Cowboys.
I didn't even know about the military background as well.
Yeah.
You know what? Hold on. I'm looking at these Pro Football Focus. Where's Dak performance? Where does that rank?
They don't talk about him.
He ain't got no performance?
Nah.
Oh, man.
Was from this year.
Shadow Shop is a fool, man. He said he ain't got no performance. Oh man, that man get us skipped the whole time, bro. You should watch this show, man. No cap.
You score 30-plus points with 400-plus yards and win by more than 10.
The last word was called performance.
Okay, but in those kind of games, the Dallas Cowboys, led by Dak Prescott, had 7 this year, and that ranks 5th all time. That's how historical Dak's season was. He was doing things that very few people have done.
Except win.
The irony
Oh man, golly, they be on his ass, man.
Those 7 were 7 out of 8 wins.
Thank you.
The 8th win didn't quite qualify for that all-time kind of a win because it was at Detroit. And this man across from me gave Dak Prescott an A+ for the game at Detroit.
Yes.
But all those games that were great, he gave him Fs for them. And now he's telling me that he deserves to break the bank in Dallas because you want the bank broken.
No,
in Dallas.
I just want the man to get what he deserves.
To get paid.
That's it. He deserves to get paid.
No, that's not what you want. You want ascension. You want wrecked salary cap. You want a bad team around him. And he will come to his senses because he's a good man. He's Brady-esque. He will take something of a hometown discount.
That's what you mean by Brady-esque. That part.
That part.
Thank you. Thank you. Skip.
And by the way, before we leave that, speaking of Tom Brady, this is what offended me about Pro Football Focus ranking.
It offends you now.
Yes, it offended me because Brady's best of his 6 Super Bowl performances ranks 10th on this list of all-time Super Bowl performances. And ironically, that 10th ranking, it was the game he lost because of Bill Belichick to the Eagles, right? So Brady throws for a playoff record, an all-time playoff record, 505, and Belichick's defense gives up 41 to the backup quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'd never seen anything like that before. And you jumped on that bandwagon. and again, you can't defend Bill Belichick. How do you... Wait, you didn't play Malcolm Butler the whole game because you put him in the doghouse for reasons nobody knows after he played more defensive snaps than anybody the whole year? And suddenly he plays no snaps in the Super Bowl? None? And you give up 41 points? And Brady, it cost him a ring.
He said, well, what about them times I held the Giants to 17 points?
Exactly.
And you only got 14. What I'm supposed to do about that, Tommy?
Okay, but he didn't hold the Giants to 17 because
he did.
Brady went down and scored the touchdown that should have won the game with 2 minutes left. And then he let Eli, wait a second. Bill Belichick let Eli Manning go 90 yards to win the game with a touchdown. How do you do that? And Eli, of course, pulls off the luckiest pass in the history of the Super Bowl. But you can't defend Belichick. You are giving Belichick pass after pass after pass on this show because he cancels out the passes that Brady throws to win games.
Well, I just want to know when Phil Simms went 22 or 25 with 280 yards and a couple touchdowns. What did that performance rank?
I don't know. I didn't look.
He really went Phil Simms on him, man.
Brady's got 6 rings and he doesn't even crack the top 10. He's got, well, he was number 10 with the loss.
So what you want? You want his first Super Bowl performance? You want that to be what?
No.
Number 1?
How about the second one? How about the Carolina? He lit it up. Another game-winning drive.
And Adam Vinatieri kicked it up.
Rules of the game.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to take that one back a little bit. I'm sorry.
So you want that to be what?
How about the second one? How about the Carolina? He lit it up. Another game-winning drive.
And Adam Vinatieri
kicked it up.
Rules of the game. Well,
I'm sorry, man. My bad. But for real. Like, I don't think any other QB has won more games on just like field goals, you know, than Tom Brady. Tom Brady lives on field goals. Like, he just sets up Adam Vinatieri for like 50-yard field goals and then he wins Super Bowl. I can't even lie, man. But Shannon was on point that Adam Vinatieri kicked it up, man. I'm sorry, that was funny. I'm gonna take it back one more time just because I love that part for real. I don't know. Wait 1 second. I'm sorry, guys.
How about the second one? How about the Carolina? Lit it up. Another game-winning drive.
And Adam Vinatieri kicked it up.
Well, that's the rules of the game.
I love it.
Well, do you have to throw passes to set up the field goal?
Oh, that's the rules of the game. When you keep reminding me about when we kicked that field goal we won against y'all. Oh, the dunk, I didn't win that.
Yeah, Skip says that.
I'm glad you brought that up because my quarterback.
Oh, he always.
Wait. In that game, my quarterback thinks my defense not showing up, fell behind 21-3, and guess what my quarterback did? Boom, back. Here we came, all the way back to 31-31 because of Dak Prescott. He threw for 303 yards in that game, and it took Mason Crossbar making field goals from 56 yards and 51 yards.
It's a part of the game.
Okay, it's a part of the game. Wait.
I remember
that game. It's not part of the game when the game winner, he hooks it wide left, and somehow the hand of God moved it back inside the upright. Am I right? You're watching on TV and you go, oh, we lost.
Yeah, that was a lucky-ass field goal. He admitted.
So before we go to break, I got to fish something out of my pocket because I owe you this. You did let me use your car this week. I'm going to give you your key back to your car, and I appreciate it very much. And it got a little scratched up, but it's okay. Just a little scratched up. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Amen. Hey guys, you see, this is what I'm saying. I'm not even gonna lie, this is the best show on TV right now. Like, they just come out here, they're free, they have fun, just make fun of each other. Skip is a bit more serious than Shannon is, but you know, whatever, man. Shannon is like 100% a fun guy, you know, like Wayne joined in, like it was hella lit. It's a good setup to the Super Bowl. So just comment, let me know who you think is gonna win the Super Bowl. I got Patrick, my homeboy. Like, of course, man, of course. Why would I want Pawn Star Jimmy? I don't want him for no reason, man. Like, Kiara Mia can have him. I got Patrick, my homeboy. Let's go, let's get it, man. I actually have my score at 28. Everyone thinks 28 is kind of low for some reason, but I don't think so. I think that 49er defense is for real. I actually think 28 would come from, there will be a pick six. I'm gonna call you right now. Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu is gonna get a pick 6 because Jimmy Garoppolo just shows them picks, you know. So yeah, he's gonna get a pick 6, and that's how the Chiefs get to 28. I think Patrick throws 3 touchdown passes, and yeah, so it's gonna be 28 to 17. 21? Okay, 28-21. I'm gonna say 28-21 just because the 49ers are also a good team. I don't want to make it look bad. So let me know what you think your score is gonna be. I 100% go for the Chiefs. Let me know what you think it's gonna be. This show is hella fun. Check it out. Until the next video.